Lydian mode is probably one of the more famous modes that people talk about. One of the more sought after modes that people want to try and play, especially when they hear that people like Joe Satriani or Steve Vai or Frank Zappa or people have heard it generally gives their sound a dreamy quality. So if you're interested in learning that skill, then it's very easy if you already know your major pentatonic, because it's just a case of adding 2 notes to the major pentatonic scale rather than starting again and feeling like it's a separate 7-note scale. It's much easier just to take a pentatonic scale that you already know quite well and just add those notes. And one of those notes that you're adding is that iconic Lydian sound, that sharp 4. If you see that Lydian note as it's a note that looks like it's outside the box, so you have the major pentatonic box shape in your mind already, and then adding those notes, it makes it easier to see it. It's not just one of many shapes in a box in a new box shape, it's an outlier in a shape that you're already familiar with, so you know that's the one you want to emphasize if you want to bring out that dreamy Lydian quality. Okay, so if we already know the major pentatonic shape, then let's talk about where to add those 2 notes to turn it into Lydian. So let's do a quick recap of the major pentatonic, and I'm going to do it in the key of A. So I'm going to start on the 5th fret. Then the 2nd octave. So let's add the Lydian notes in the higher octave first. So we've already got the root note, the 2nd note of the scale, the 3rd, the 5th, the 6th, and we're back to the octave. So let's add the Lydian note first, the sharp 4. So if I just play down the scale, and then the Lydian note is this D sharp. Alright, just to quickly compare it to major, which would have a D natural. Note. This D sharp note on the 4th fret of the B string, you can also find that on the 8th fret of the G. So you can then play, instead of playing it here, play it there. Immediately has a very distinctive sound about it compared to either major pentatonic or this major scale. Lydian. Okay, so that's the sharp 4, and that's the Lydian note, the most distinctive note. The Lydian scale shares another note with the major scale, which is the major 7, which we can find if that's the root note on the 5th fret. It's just here. So if you were playing the major pentatonic shape, you would immediately go to the F sharp. But that major 7 is... Because it's right next to the root note, there's a little bit more tension with that. If I can have this A note, the open A ringing in the background, this F sharp, the 6, it's far enough away from the A that it's quite pleasant just to hold it. But because the G sharp is right next to the A, it's a little bit more dissonant. So you can either resolve that by going back up to the A, or you can go down to the 6, the F sharp. But even that doesn't sound completely resolved. Not until you get to the E. Okay, so there they are in the both notes that we're adding to the top octave. And then the Lydian sharp 4. So let's see where they are in the low octave. So normally we have 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Okay, so let's add the sharp 4 again. So this time it's on the 6th fret, that D sharp. If anybody knows the Ocarina of Time, the old Zelda game, they might know that. That's if you wanted to have a track in your mind that's like, that's what Lydian sounds like, that's one of them. Then the major 7 is just 1 fret down from the octave. Again, it's got that dissonance just like it did in the 2nd octave. It's also next to the low A, so we have this A, there's the G sharp, this A, G sharp, and then of course the bottom A as well. And a good way to hear the sound is to have that, in this case, open A ring in the background, just have a drone note. So you can hear the, because if you play it without that, you can't really hear the context for the notes. It's just. But if you have the root note playing in the background as the open A, you can tell whether the note in the scale is like a stable note that you could sit on for a while. a more dissonant note that you feel like you have to move somewhere else. Normally don't end on that. I mean, you could. But if you wanted just a more traditional finish to something, you'd resolve it. Of course, that might be a bit too safe. If you like this video, I've made several others in the series where we've taken pentatonic scales and just added 2 notes in order to change them into one of the modes. Take it easy. See you next time.